Welcome to another episode of Actors, Directors, Industry Talk. Let me just let y'all just marinate with y'all. This is our final finale. So let's go, because if you don't know, we on fire. Muy caliente, I'm so muy caliente, I'm so Stop playing. What's popping, everybody? We are live. We are in the building. We ain't come here to bullshit, y'all. We ain't come here to play around. You know what it is. This is the last and final industry talk that we are definitely giving y'all tonight. Now, we're going to have some people who are going to be popping in and out. You're going to meet some wonderful people on the show. And for those who don't make it for tonight's broadcast, thank you for trying to be a part of it. We do appreciate y'all and everything else like that. So, you know how we do this. It's our grand finale. We're going to start this off. I want to introduce to y'all a brother who came out here to be a part of this show, or be a part of the show, and to actually give you his input. So, you know what we're going to do? We're going to introduce him in on the game, and then we're going to go around the board. So, Brother D, please introduce yourself, tell them where they can find you, and tell them what projects you have been in.
All right, yo, my name is Dwayne. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm residing in Louisville, Kentucky right now. I've been doing my films out of Louisville, Kentucky. You can find me on my Instagram at fit_photographer22. You can find me on Facebook at Dwayne Abernathy as well. Also on TikTok. I'm all over the place, so most definitely.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now, Miss T, because you low key in the back with this joint all darked out. Please tell them
Hey,
where they
hey,
can
hey,
find
hey,
you
hey,
at.
my bad. I'll be
You know, you good. Don't worry about
everybody,
that.
what's up, y'all? This is one of your hosts, Diamond Real is Entertainment. Y'all already know what's going on. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I am a new upcoming director, actress, producer, etc., etc. I am a serial entrepreneur, so I'm outside
Yeah.
right now. I'm almost home, so we can get on the main game and
Okay,
we good to
okay.
go.
And what movies you been into?
Oh Lord, I've been in a lot of this my movie next month will be number 13. Uh Gangsta Daughter 3, Her Best Revenge, The Arrogant Bastard, uh,
Okay.
Never Too Much, Lord, Path to Redemption,
Okay.
All Queens Men Season 5. Um,
Keep it going.
shit. There's a lot
Exactly right.
going on. Wait a minute, shit. Let me see. Jesus. Wait a minute, yeah, so it's Gangsta Daughter 3, All Queens Men, Housekeeper 2, Now or Never, All Queens Men Season 5, Path to Redemption. What else we got going on? Never Too Much, Her Best Revenge. My movie be filming next month is To Go to Retirement. It'll be Domestic
Mhm.
Violence, Price of Love 2, and Unborn Jealousy.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
okay. So now you know what? And that's what I'm talking about. So let's roll that one in there.
Right.
Okay. So now, Miss Kiki, I got you on the check-in, right? Hi, how are you? Can you see us?
Is she on?
I have her, but it looks like she could be frozen.
It look like she frozen.
Is
Uh-oh.
she
I'm
frozen?
almost home.
Kiki, can you hear me?
Mm,
Hello?
She probably give me
Okay.
one second.
I don't know what's going on with her joint. Oh no, she's actually moving. Hi, Kiki, are you there? Okay.
Let
Maybe
I
me
her
don't know
maybe
if
her
she can.
thing's
see.
muted. She
I
might be
don't know if she
muted.
can. Well, I think she would hear us too, if anything. Uh, Let me see if she's even moving because it should be some kind of flashing going off in front of her face. Okay,
Mm.
let's see. Um.
Oh, two
Okay, yeah,
people.
she moved. Okay, I think she did move. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna keep this going. I'm trying to let everybody in as the show begins. Miss Kiki, if you can hear me, I don't think she can hear me. Okay.
Mm.
Uh, Tiffany, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. We're gonna go around. We've been introducing ourselves. Miss Tiffany, please tell them your name, tell them where they can find you at, and tell them what you've been involved in.
Okay, my name's Tiffany Hawkins. Y'all can find me on Instagram. I have a few different Instagrams, but the main ones that I use is Tiffany Hawkins with four S's, or the Hollywood Hawkins on Instagram. And I do acting, and then I also do directing with my own films. So yeah, I'm
Okay,
pretty
okay,
excited.
Okay.
Yep.
okay. So hold on. Let's roll that one out too. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, okay. Let me see. Do I have Kiki? Kiki, are you back up in here? Come on, Kiki. No, Kiki's not. Okay. We're gonna. I don't know what's going on with Kiki's situation, y'all. But let me introduce y'all real quick to who I am. My name is Picasso, aka Mr. Nobody. I have been in several films. I do music as well. I've been in the Committee 161, the movie and series. I've been in The Whore Next Door. I've been in Playing in My Face, which was just released 2.5 weeks ago. I'm in Bishop Bling, which is just released 3 days ago, which is all on features and recommended on Tubi, Amazon, and Apple TV. I'm in Crooked Suits. I'm in various films, things like that, and I also do talk show and podcasts and things like that. So I want to welcome you out tonight. Let's get this show started. Like I said, during the course of the night, we're gonna have people coming in. So I mean, I'm gonna try to bring Kiki back on stage. Let's see. Um, I don't know if she can hear me. Is she? Can you hear me, Kiki? You? I don't know if you guys can see her. Can you see her?
No, I can't see nobody really. Let me see.
Okay, she came out. All right, so let's see if she comes back in. So we're gonna get this show started tonight. This is our final show of Actors Industry Talk, where we are letting you guys know where to find the hottest producers, actors, actresses, and so forth for your next project. So while our main host, Diamond, will be coming on in a few, as she has some things lined up. Hold on, let's see if I can get some more people in because I got more people popping up. So let's see. Uh, Diamond, I got you on too. How is that possible? Okay. Kiki, can you hear me? Hello,
I can hear
Kiki.
you. Can you hear me? I can't see anybody though.
Can't
Okay,
can't go ahead.
you can't hear us?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Okay, good. All right. I
I
just
can
wanted to
hear
make
you.
sure. Okay, cool. Miss Kiki, please introduce yourself. Please tell them where they can find you at, and please tell them what projects you've been in. Oh, and by
Oh,
the way,
you went
everybody,
away.
you can't hear me again?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can everybody hear me?
I can hear
I
you.
mean, yeah, we can hear you.
Can
I
you?
want to know if she can hear me real quick.
Okay. I'll just make sure because
I can hear
I'm
you.
on my computer now.
Okay.
All right. I see people popping in. See people
Okay,
popping
go.
in. Give me
Hold
one
up
second. Let me see if
before
everybody got
we even
this link.
continue. Hold on, D. Before we continue. And by the way, you can find me at Dennis Picasso Cruz on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at the underscore committee underscore records and so forth, so forth. I work for 183 Films. I'm sorry now, Miss Kiki. Can you please introduce yourself to everybody? Let them know where they can find you at and tell them what projects you've been involved in.
Hey everyone, can y'all hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
You can
we
hear
can.
me okay?
Yes, we can.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. So I'm Kiki Lowery. I am a director, actress, producer, writer. Kind of doing all things. You can find me on Facebook at Kiki Lowery. On IG, I am underscore Kiki Lowery. Same thing on I believe TikTok as well.
Okay.
As I have a new project coming out. It's called My Girlfriend's Husband. That should be dropping real soon. Um, and as far as previous projects, a part of my Husband's Mistress parts 1 and 2 is now on 2. Just getting involved in currently called The Breath. And yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm at a loss right now. I know I'm leaving out something. But we can.
Where you from?
But that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Where everybody from?
Breaking up. I know. Can you hear me? Because it's breaking up for me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, we hear you loud and clear.
Where y'all from?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
And if you don't mind us asking,
Bottom Biz. Shout out to Raquel Williams. I'm her new series coming out.
I'm sorry, it was kind of breaking up.
Try to leave out and come back in.
So I can't hear you.
Kiki, try to leave out and come back in.
If you can leave out and come back in, that would probably be better, or restart the app up again. Did she? Diamond, try to.
I can't hear Picasso at all.
Oh, then yeah, tell her, Diamond. Tell her, Diamond.
Try to leave out and come back. Okay. Can you hear me, Dwayne? Can you hear me, Miss Tiffany?
Yeah.
You can hear me.
Dwayne and Tiffany, can you hear Diamond?
No, I can't hear her.
They said Dwayne said no, he can't hear you. Tiffany, can you hear Diamond? Tiffany? Okay. I don't know. This thing is after screw tonight. So let's just see how this all works out.
Okay.
But like I said, I mean, and this is crazy for our final night, but it's the way how it goes in this business, whereas you're gonna have some technical difficulties. So people, if you could please bear with us, we're gonna make this happen for y'all tonight. I have more people coming in. Let's see. Diamond should be there. Okay. Diamond, say something.
Can you hear me now?
Can you guys hear her?
Yes, I couldn't.
Talk one more time.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay.
Wait. Dwayne, did you hear her?
No, I can't hear her.
Can you hear me now?
No.
He said no.
Okay, let me see about Kiki. Let me try to put it back in. Kiki, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, Tiffany, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Picasso, can you hear me?
Of course.
Okay, Dwayne, can you hear me now?
Dwayne can't hear you.
What is happening? It's like every time when all these people get on, they start acting crazy.
Dwayne, do me a
favor. Leave out and come back in.
Come back in.
Go out and come back in. All right.
Yeah, just come out because sometimes that works. I don't know why. It's like every time a Director's Energy Talking does this, every time. This did this last season. Can you hear me now, Kiki?
Kiki, she said, can you hear?
Why does it happen here to me right now? Okay.
Okay, just like a moment.
Let me see. Okay.
And once again, thank you guys for tuning in to Actors Industry Talk tonight. We're having just a few technical difficulties, so please bear with us because we are having everyone who is coming in tonight come in tonight. You get to talk with your favorite actors, directors. This is our final finale for the night, so we want to thank y'all for being a part of this. Thank you for tuning in with us, and we're gonna have an amazing night. So, I mean, everybody who tuned in to last night's show, thank you for being a part of that too as well. We appreciate that.
Yeah. I switched to my phone.
Okay. I don't know what's up with the phone in the damn computer. I don't know what's up with that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, very clear. Very clear.
Jesus, help! Okay, let's recap this. What's up? We got this your girl Diamond Realist with Tainted Laundry Line for the cut. This is the Director's Industry Talk grand finale of season 5. We have Picasso, aka Mr. Nobody, Tiffany Hawkins, Dwayne Abernathy, Kiki Lowery. We got Miss Latoya. She is an actress and she got a lot going on. Host, audit, serial entrepreneur, clock that T. You know what I'm saying? We got Detroit, we got Atlanta, we got St. Louis, we got New York, we got a lot of people that's going to be on this podcast tonight. We is waiting on the other directors. So when they pop in, they pop in. But we finna get into this situation. I am a new upcoming director. My first movie that's going to be filming next month is The Golden Retirement. We will be shooting this in Atlanta, Georgia. Make sure y'all pop out and come support. If you want to be a background extra, just let me know if you already in there. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of stuff going on tonight. We got directors all over the world, so we finna tap in. I was seeing Miss Kiki was brought something to my attention regarding a status that I seen earlier, whatever. Let's go there. I don't want to rate on nobody's parade, but if you done 20 movies and haven't made $20,000 from it, you're only working for exposure will not move the needle. Stop letting these indie filmmakers make a fool out of you. Get an agent, get in the union. Why would you say that? What is your rebuttal of that comment?
You talking to me?
Yes. What is your rebuttal on that comment?
I think there's some truth to it. Of course, it depends on your goals, though. I think too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think everybody has the same long-term goal. I could get on the whole platform. And excuse me because my lens may be a little bit biased, but I'm a businesswoman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, as a businesswoman, I come from a certain lens to where I see us as businesses. And when I say us, I mean because I'm on both sides. So as an actress, I see myself as a business, right? And so anytime I'm on a project is very intentional. There's something to be gained from being on that project. I'm investing in myself, right? So I think it's unfair for that in that status for them to assume that the only gain is monetary gain. It depends on where you're trying to go with that, right? Of course, we don't want to be exploited, right? So if he's talking in terms of exploitation, if he's talking in terms of and y'all can chime in, of course, but is everybody's goal to be in the union? Is everybody's goal to be a part of that world? And so I think that it's unfair for them to say and I think he mentioned Tubi too on there because that becomes the umbrella for everything. I guess it's supposed to be insult. I don't know. To be in a Tubi movie, but when we're talking about being in the indie space, we're helping each other grow as far as I'm concerned. And so if we're looking at it from a business perspective and investing and how we can grow together, I think and people look at people like Issa Rae and I mean Tyler Perry didn't start in no union either, right? He started on the church circuit, right? He built his platform from the ground up and those people that came along with him.
When they was on stage plays, some people was working for free.
But that's what I was about to say. Exactly. That's where I'm going with that. And so exactly. And he brought them along and look where they are now. That's where I was going with that. So it depends on how you look at yourself. Are you trying to be an employee or are you a business? I think that makes a difference.
Facts. Latoya said, yes, definitely have to invest in yourself, and there is a value in the industry outside of the monetary factor. Facts.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so what's your okay, let's get into this situation. How y'all think the film community is operating now, of your opinion? And that's just everything from the clicks, the everything. Kiki?
Why you put me back on this?
Kiki than Tiffany. So what's up, Dwayne? How y'all think this industry going right now? Because it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of actors that want to know. Like it's a lot of they say it's a lot of clicks going on. Everybody, it's like a recycle of actors. It's so on. It's like everybody wants some people that actually dedicate to the craft and actually want to work. They're not getting being overseen.
You said they're being what?
Overseen, like
people, like overlooked.
They see that person working, but they don't talked about them people so bad they don't want them to be on a set because y'all the backdoor me behind closed doors. But you know I'm a good ass actor. But you, oh hi, I want to work with you, but you gotta maneuver around it. If it makes sense. So Dwayne, what you think was going on? Of your opinion?
I mean, I think it's a lot of that going on. It's just people form cliques here and there, but and they recycle people, and you see them in the same movies and stuff like that, or shows or whatever. But I think it's just all about networking, really just finding, you got to just keep networking. You got to keep, meeting people and putting your stuff on social media, getting yourself out there. I had a movie with someone that, things didn't go too well. It wasn't with me, it was with like the other actors or whatever, but she's doing really good right now, and like kudos to her. So it's just it just really depends on the situation. So
okay,
that's how I feel.
Kiki,
do you think that cliques in the industry is any different than any other work environment? Or
no, it just this is my opinion. I'm gonna be blatantly honest. How can I say this?
When you say clicks, hold on, break down the clicks for me.
Everybody got like you said, recycle
their favorites.
They favorites.
Are you talking about the same formula that Tyler Perry used when it came to his actors? Because if you're looking at that as a whole nutshell, you got to remember, you're building a project that's going to be your legacy. You need the right formula. You're going to run through actors. You're going to run through actresses. You're going to run through a whole bunch of people until you find the right pieces to make the right formula so that this project can go on no matter who you bring in. Because these actors got to be able to play. Listen, I have Playing in My Face out right now and Bishop Blink. The main actor in both of those movies, same person. I seen him in one light as a serial killer and seen him as another light as a bishop who was greedy. And if he can play those two roles, and both of these movies just dropped, and I can see him as these different people, to whereas guess what? He's a part of somebody's formula. And you're gonna have to sit there and take out this person and replace it with that person, to whereas I'm not gonna lie to you. My cousin, April Parker Jones, she worked with Tyler Perry. She's on If Loving You Was Wrong as a main character. She's been a part of these cliques that we're talking about. So I'm going to be honest with you. The way I feel about it, look, if you got a formula and it works for you and it gets people to watch it, why would you change something that's not broken?
I wouldn't.
That's true.
You understand? If it's working for you and it's making you go viral, why would you change the formula? Look, I'll be honest with you. My very first movie was The Whore Next Door. People got a lot of views behind that, like, oh my God, this is the most horrible movie, poor acting, everything else like that. Do you know all publicity is good publicity? Because that's what made the movie go viral.
Mm-hmm.
We got millions of views on that movie. Whereas, guess what? In that same franchise, which is 183 films that I deal with, I'm in most of their movies because I'm a part of the company. But there's new people who come in, whereas, and some stay, some will be going. Because guess what? If you can make people bring this movie to light with great actors and actresses, then you got something. And most people look for that for the rest of their life and never get it. But if you got it, you got it.
We have Miss Phoenix. She said, I did forget to speak on it yesterday when I was on. In this industry, a lot of people want to be in a movie, but don't want to show up and make the sacrifices necessary. Directors and casting directors remember that when bring back to the same people, because they have shown them that they are dependable and will take it seriously. Time is money, so aren't trying to money. Yeah.
Facts.
So Miss Tiffany, we got Miss Tiffany G Films. How you think the acting industry, well, the film community, of your perspective, what's going on? How you think what should, like, how can it? How can I say this?
Well,
How do you think
when
it's supposed to be going outside of what's going on now? Like the clicks, everything.
I'm new to the film industry, but what I am fastly learning that it is kind of cliquish.
Improve. That's why
um,
you improve. What you think that should be approved in this film industry, as what you see?
Improved.
Yeah.
I just think working relationships with respect for each other's talent,
Yeah.
sacrifices, and what they each person has to offer. And I believe in iron sharpens iron. You know, you may have newcomers that may not be as experienced paired with someone that's more seasoned, and rather this more seasoned person not taking the opportunity to try and help mold or train or pour into the newcomers. Some people are very territorial. I'm just not that kind of person. I believe in it's something that I know share energy, but I think it's a lot of gatekeeping from what I'm understanding, or just retaining
That's a
information,
better
not willing
word.
to share. But it's a lot of opportunities for everyone. It's enough to go around, you know. But if someone is really passionate about it, why not? You just never know, you know, when you may need that person or their talent or their knowledge, you know.
Okay. We finna circle back to the first comment that was made. Let me go back. What was said on this post is, I don't want to rain on nobody parade, but you done 22 movies and haven't made $20,000 from it. Only working for exposure will not move the needle. Stop letting these indie filmmakers make a fool out of you. Get that agent and get in the union. What's your reflection of that status? Period.
Speaking with me,
like how you think? What's your rebuttal of that comment?
I'm independent. I really don't see if there's really a need to be union or non-union. I think it's a preference. I'm myself going to remain independent. So.
Well, can I ask you a question? Is it
Sure?
Well, let's put it like this: is it because of the freedom of control that you get to have to bring what you want to life, as opposed to working in SAG or in a union and having them kind of critique everything that you do?
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's just since I am new, I'm still learning. I'm in my learning stages when it comes to union and non-union. But right now, being an independent filmmaker, I feel as though I have total control of what I can and can't do as it pertains to being a writer and a director. And I'm pretty sure over time, you know, with me gaining more knowledge, but just being able to just work independently and just do my own thing and pair it with other independent filmmakers. So right now, I'm good. Still learning.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Tiffany, what you think?
That was me.
There's another Tiffany.
Tiffany G.
Oh, okay.
Tiffany Hawkins.
Okay.
Tiffany. Tiffany Hawkins. Is you there?
Tiffany, are you there?
Okay, well, we're gonna get it back on in just a second. Okay, let me see what the let me see.
Wait, hold on. What about you, D? What do you think about that?
Huh?
Something about the one.
Mrs. Dwayne. Okay, go ahead.
I can't hear none of y'all.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Dwayne?
Can you hear me?
I don't think he can. Dwayne.
I can't hear none of y'all.
You can't
Yeah.
hear.
Go out and come back in.
I go out and come back.
All right, good.
Miss Latoya said there's definitely a lot of gatekeeping, but sometimes gatekeeping is necessary to keep out those that are not ready. Context should always be applied to that statement, or they refer to 20 movies as a lead support or a day player. Facts.
And even for that comment, look, if you did 20 movies and didn't make at least 10 bands or 20 bands or whatever, I'm gonna be honest with you, it has nothing to do with the industry as
It
far as
doesn't.
filmmaker. It has to do with you negotiating your contracts. Because if you know your value, you know your worth, and you know how much you're worth, and you put your time and your effort into this, don't get mad at the producer because they're saying this much. Because guess what? Producers offer me certain things. You know what I tell them? Do we have room for negotiation on this? It doesn't hurt to ask the question. Ask the question to see what they say. You may not be able to take all your money in the front end, you may be able to take it back end, or you can find a way how to like meet them in the middle. But I don't think that's going to fall on the industry directors and producers because you want to take anything that's thrown to you. It has to do with your social skills and your managing skills of your career. If you put your face in the book and learn how to manage your career, then you can't be taken advantage of.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, I
No,
think it
sorry.
also, Picasso, I think it also has to do with where you're starting from too, right? If you're,
Well,
because especially in the indie space, I mean, there's a lot of untrained actors, right? And so you're not going to get what someone who is more seasoned and more trained and has more experience. You're not.
Everybody be on mute for a minute. I don't know why it's like echoing.
we're getting some
Yeah.
feedback. Okay, let's see. All right, good. Wait. Somebody. Yeah.
Is
Too hot.
Tiffany Hawkins?
Everybody around here?
I don't know
What's
we're
up,
getting
Lauren?
Where's that coming from?
I don't know. It just started.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but
I want-
whoever that is, your volume is okay. That was all right, Tiffany. So that's you, Tiffany. That just came back.
You said something wrong with my volume?
Okay,
Yes, wait.
how exactly crazy here? What is up with this? It's like every time we get to get into the conversation starts with this. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, Herbie.
Yeah, that should do it. Okay.
I think that's what's gone. Oh, no, it's not.
Tiffany, for some reason we heard feedback from your speaker.
Okay, I'll log out and come back in. It's really freezing and messing up a lot for me, so I'll try again.
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think that's why I refer when they say get an agent, the agent knows how to navigate the negotiation process. That's their job. Facts. Where do I go? Okay. We gonna get everything together. Okay,
And
so let's get to these questions. Let me see. Is this one it? Nah. Okay, let me get Dwayne back on her. There you go. Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. We good.
All righty. Let me see.
Well, how many of us are going to get an agent with no work to show them? You got to first get the work.
You also monologue too. You could just like how I'm doing now. Like since
you can do that. You can create it yourself.
But that's just it.
And the monologue situation. That's how people see what my range is. And also, like you said, networking. You got to network with these folks. You ain't talking to these folks. How they gonna find you? It's a gang of movies on TV.
If you put yourself out there, and you're
I said, yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, I was saying.
If you put yourself out there and you're consistent with
Can you hear me?
You'd be surprised what you can do. Okay, because guess what? For each of us sitting on this,
is he talking to us? Because I can't hear him.
Okay,
you can hear me, Kiki?
I can hear you. I can hear both of y'all.
I hear both of y'all too.
I don't hear Picasso again.
She might have to like log back out, come back in.
Oh my God.
No, it's like it's kind of weird when anything past like when it comes to the backs of the of the people on the podcast, it starts to act crazy. I don't know why that's been happening these past couple seasons. That's weird.
Well, let me go out and come back in then.
I can hear you just fine.
Right, I can hear.
I can't hear Picasso at all. Okay.
Yeah, I know. All right, but what I was saying basically is like this, right? It has to go through the phase of you putting yourself out there. You don't know what you can do unless you try. Most people don't want to get off their ass and go out there and say, you know what? I'll stand in line and wait. Because we don't like to wait. We want everything handed to us. We want somebody to hook us up. I just was talking about this with somebody today. I said, we are a culture that is used to getting a hookup. If somebody wants something for $20, we want it for $15. We are used to looking for a hookup. Yo, can you hook me up with a job? We don't want to go out there and do the work ourselves. But if you
Right.
put that same energy that you took looking for that hookup into your craft, you know what winds up happening? You see yourself elevating. And when you start to elevate, you start to realize those who ain't with you, they start to brush off you. And as they start to brush off of you and you start to climb, of course, by the grace of God, that's when you start to see exactly what you have. And once you tap into those talents and you put yourself out there, you may get a hit. My first time I speak about out the gate, I didn't think that movie was going to go viral, but guess what? When it did, first thing I said is, damn, I got to take a step back because I didn't expect this. I'm still trying to process it. I don't care how bad it was, I don't care what anybody says about it. I got to a pinnacle that I didn't even think I was going to reach. And all I had to do was just say, I'm going to go and see if this was going to work. And it works. Not everybody gets that lucky the first time out the gate. But how you don't know if you don't try?
Right.
Because guess what? I didn't have any reels. I can go to a manager right now or agent right now, be like, yo, look what I got. And they'd be like, yo, they'll take me so quick to where I'm sorry. Not right now. I'm not ready for that. Mentally, I'm not developed for an agent or anybody managing me because I do a good job of that myself. So I'd rather keep that extra percentage in my pockets because I know what's for me and what's not for me. But I got out there to try. I knocked on producers' doors who had casting calls and showed up. And guess what? If they had 1,500 people, well, I'm 1,501. I don't have a problem with that because you don't know. I may be beating out people who got credentials a mile long, and I just came in with this much credentials. But that's all it took to get me here. I don't know.
Tiffany, Miss Tiffany Hawkins, how you what's your inputs on how the film community is operating now of your, input? Like how you feel that it should be going versus how it is going?
As far as acting or casting or which side,
Just
director,
overall everything. Because a lot of people say it's gatekeeping, clicks, or all that.
Okay, well, my opinion,
fraternization as well with directors and actors. Oh, Lord Jesus. Yeah.
I would say, to me, I kind of like how it's really going. I would say it just all depends. I don't feel that there is heavy gatekeeping or anything. I really don't feel that way. Main reason why is because I always look at both sides of everything, and then I'm on both sides. So I'm on the acting side and I'm on the directing side. So I see and I experience what directors go through, just like trying to make a film. I'm not going to talk your ear off, but you could have a budget, you could have a goal, you could have your script, everything ready. But there sometimes are people that just are not stable enough mentally or really understand the teamwork into what it takes to make a movie. Like, so I could go on and on about it, but I don't feel that there really is gatekeeping or anything. I feel that people need to know how to treat people, know how to talk to people. People need to watch their mouth and just stop always thinking about themselves. Like teamwork, dream work, because I cast new people in every film. I've met people where I'm like, dang, they're amazing. Dang, they out cold. Dang. And I just say, wow, every time I'm on set. And then I've also met people where I'm like, wow, why did I give them the opportunity? Look how they treated me. Look how they talked to me. Look how they treated everybody else. So it just depends, baby. But I don't feel that there really is gatekeeping. Some people gave people a lot too soon just to be crapped on. So I say for me, I'm gonna keep casting, keep interviewing. I love working with new people, and I also gonna keep pushing my current actors to the top with me because they're so amazing. They so patient. They don't hate on nobody. They just about it. So yeah.
I love that energy. No hate.
Oh, and by the way, everybody, we have nothing but movie producers on this panel. Letting y'all know.
Directors that's been in they didn't done a lot of films. You know what I'm saying? New in the industry because I'm new. But we still elevate and still get everything together. But the acting is speaks for itself. Stuff like that. I'm still networking with folks, getting this podcast. Or I know this podcast is going to blow up with this particular segment of acting industry talk and the directors industry. It's just people watch. Them analytics don't lie.
Well, let me ask you guys a quick question, right? From a director's chair, producer's chair, does it ever become overwhelming on the project?
Oh yes.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when you're doing everything, trying to
And in what way
trying to
though?
yeah.
God, I'm sorry.
I mean, when you're
Go
trying
ahead,
to
sir.
juggle all of those, aspects, directing, acting, producing all in one. I mean, it just takes a lot of energy out. And then you got people um, that's down for the dream, but they're not they can't see your vision. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of throws you off as well. And now you got to just be able to be quick on your toes to keep this thing going. Because if you don't, then it'll just all be for nothing. You either waste your time, waste your money, waste energy, all of it. And it's some of it, you got to go in there knowing that it's going to be a waste. You ain't gonna get to the top, the next day or even the next month. But you got to just keep pushing and just keep going forward.
Facts.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I started my first movie. I didn't know nothing about anything. I just went into it. I just kind of like, self-taught myself everything as far as like directing and everything else. And what kind of helped me was going like to acting classes and stuff like that later down the line, and like speaking with other directors and getting myself, networking with other directors. But going in, I had no clue, and I still learn to this day, but I had no clue how to do anything. And my first film that I tried to do, I mean, I thought it was a disaster, right? But we actually ended up finishing it, and it was my first. I started off strong with a feature. I should have started off with a short film, but everybody was telling me like, yeah, just do the short films first, do the short films, build it up, but I wanted to go big off the top, right? So I would encourage people to like start small, learn what you need to learn, and then go from there. But if you're gonna go big, understand it's gonna be a hassle. It's gonna be a lot of long nights, a lot of headaches, a lot of growing gray hairs, all of that. So
Right.
but yeah, that's my take on it though.
Okay, Miss Kiki, has it ever come upon a time where it's been overwhelming to you?
Yes, I'm same thing that Dwayne said. My girlfriend's husband is my first film, so and of course I came out with a feature. I didn't do well. Actually, I did make a short film, but it never really went anywhere. It didn't go past. We filmed it, but in post, it's still like just sitting there. So technically, the feature film is my second film. But with me doing this feature, I'm still learning. So that when you're in indie and you're doing these micro budgets, and I mean, you're wearing a lot of hats. You're wearing a lot of hats that a studio would be in charge of, right? And so just because you're only one person, so you being the producer, the line producer, the script reader, I mean the script supervisor, or the director, I mean you're wearing a lot of hats
Right.
to try to get this project done. And so and then like Dwayne was saying, if there's people on your project that don't fully recognize the vision or don't understand the vision, that creates a whole nother a stressor at times. I could go on and on. I mean, you're trying to stay to your time, and people are taking their time, and they're not recognizing that we only have this studio space for this amount of time. What are we
Right.
doing here? Just those types of things. So it becomes very overwhelming at times. But you just keep because you know what your vision is. You got your eye on the prize, so that is that momentum that just keeps us going.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Miss Tiffany, same as you, working on your project. Anything became overwhelming with you?
Which one? Hawkins or Graham?
Miss Graham, I don't know where Miss Hawkins went. I
Yeah.
I
don't
think
know.
she
Okay.
dropped off again.
Yeah, she dropped off again. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Miss Graham. I'm
Okay.
talking to you, man.
Luckily for me, I haven't been stressed yet. The Price of Love was my first, and it was a feature.
Okay.
To me, it's fun. So I
Okay.
haven't really stressed yet. I had an amazing cast, an amazing production team. I sat back and I learned a lot. I'm still learning. I'm always going to be a student. I'm always going to be learning to elevate myself, to improve myself. But luckily for me, my first feature film, I didn't go short. I went straight feature. I come from doing 12 years of stage plays. So I've kind
Mm,
of like worked along in the production line with that era. So for me,
okay.
it's just been fun. It's been amazing. It's not hard work for me. So far, thankfully, I'm just out here
Okay.
having fun, living a dream finally.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fortunate. That's fortunate right there.
Yeah, I have. I waited 35 years for this moment in time, and I have. I'm just having fun.
That's
So
nice.
failure is not an option for me. Whatever it is I have to do, I have, like I say, working with new people from different states. My first cast was
Period. She said
amazing.
she not into
We're
this.
going into the part 2 of The Price of Love, and this I have an amazing cast as well. I've already lined up cast for my next 2 feature films, so I'm just out here having fun.
Okay.
Spending money and having fun.
We're gonna do the why question. The why. What is the single defining emotional experience you want the audience to walk away after seeing your work?
The single defining experience.
I mean, I want them to see, you know, all the hard work that's been put in there and see that the actors is, you know, they did their job, you know, as far as like portraying whatever, you know, characters that they're portraying. And you know, like when I go see a film, I'm always like critical now since I'm in this industry. I always watch like how they act and the angles that's been being shot. And I try to critique, or I do critique a lot when I go see stuff, even though I'm still learning as well. But certain films, I'm like, you know, like why did they do that? What made them think that this was, you know, a good idea to film this, or you know, write this into the script or whatever. So yeah, I want my audience to know that, you know, like I said, we put our hard work into it, and the storyline is amazing, and it's something that they want to like see again or see a part 2. When I hear that, like, when's the next one coming out, or when the, you know, when you're gonna make your next film, that shows me that I've like succeeded with that film.
Okay.
Kiki.
I would say that I want people, I do a lot of what Dwayne does too, though, but I want
Yeah.
people to feel it. I want people
Yeah.
to feel it. I want people to be drawn into it. Like, you know, you just watch a movie where you just immersed in it. Like that's the type of feeling I want people to have. Like that you just
Yeah.
feel it. And I think that because you're going to recognize as I make more and more projects, you're going to know that that's a Kiki Lowery film, because that's
Exactly.
just how, you know what I'm saying? Being a licensed therapist, and my characters are going to be layered. You're just, I mean, there's going to be so much to the trauma, the faith, this, you know, so the spirituality will be there, the psychology will be there. Like I want you to feel it, you know. So just get ready.
Okay. Miss Tiffany Graham, Miss TG.
For me, just like Kiki mentioned and the first gentleman, I want people to walk away after watching one of my films, taking the substance of the story and applying it to self, applying it to family, applying it to the family foundation, just applying it to life. You know, within telling stories and putting these stories out, I'm praying and hoping that people can walk away and it can help change them in some way, form, or fashion. And just know that, you know, the hard work, the dedication, the ability to really think things through from beginning to end, putting in that work, but also leaving an impression that's forever lasting as it pertains to life itself.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a giving notes question. When
Hold on. Hold on, sis. I got a question for the lovely guest. What is your thought process when you putting together a project? Like, where do you base your characters from? Like me being an actor, I get put in many projects. I've done a couple of commercials, things like that. And sometimes I sit there like, what was going through the producer's head when they came up with this? So I get a chance to pick you guys' brains because most of the time when I'm on set, I don't get that opportunity. So I want to start around the room the opposite way. I want to know, what is your thought process when you are coming up with a movie idea? Like, what does it take for you to make that idea first blossom and then grow? So, Miss Tiffany G, I'm gonna start from this side, then Miss Kiki, and then you do it.
Okay. For me, when I come up with a title for a movie, I'm thinking about how can I make that title impressionable. As far as the storyline, I put myself in a position not only as a writer, but also on the outside as a person or people who is receiving the story itself. I think about the emotions, I think about the actions, I think about what's going to be left after the movie is seen. So from one character to the next, how they play off of each other, the dialogue, the emotions, the movement, the action in it, everything. So I put myself mentally in all of those categories as I'm going from line to line, scene to scene, character to character, and how they build off of each other. So I just take a seat in all those aspects and become all those characters all at, at the same time. So
Okay. We got a director, Tyrone. He said you also want people to enjoy your work. Oh, yeah, we looking at the comment.
We have somebody in the comments. I'm sorry, people.
Director
We don't want
Tyrone said you also want to enjoy your work so much that they're anticipating your next film. They're excited to see what you got coming up next. That is definitely a good feeling.
Thanks. Absolutely.
The question was on you too as well. What is your thought process when coming up with the whole basis of making a project?
Well, I know as far as the title comes last for me. I don't be thinking about the title.
That's different. That's very different. I just want to say that. Very different. Okay.
Yeah, I don't, because when I'm in my when I'm envisioning, well, a couple of things happen for me. Sometimes the idea comes to me in the dream. Sometimes it's and if you don't know me, you'll know soon enough that I have a very close relationship with my Lord and Savior, and he be downloading stuff into me all day long, every day. And so,
like Kiki, what you on today, man? I got.
I'm not mad at you. Go ahead.
So there's that. But again, I'm a therapist, so I hear stories all day long. I get inspired by. I'm never writing a story. Let me get this clear. I'm never writing a story about a client. However, in conversations, like I hear stuff, so most of my stuff is always going to be about life.
But wait, do you implement some of that stuff into your movies?
To a certain, right? Yeah, I mean, because it's life, right? And so in some, or we could be talking about something and it'd be their best friend's something, something happened, and I'm like, not necessarily that exact story, but it triggers something to me, and I'm like,
okay,
and then stuff like that, because I talk to people all day long. So I pull from my personal experience. I pull from things things people tell me, things I watch. For forensics is like, I'm very passionate about forensic psychology. So I'm telling you, my stuff is going to be very psychological thrillers, that type of stuff, drama, and or faith-based, spiritually driven. Because like Miss Tiffany said, I want to see healing. I want to see deliverance. I want to tap into those who who will never go to a therapist's office or may never consider going to church. So my stories are things that I want to see. When you watch my story, I want you to think, heal, be delivered. all the things. And so yes, my process is that. So I'm downloading things. I see it in color. I see the whole story from the beginning to the end, and then I start writing. That's how I see it, really, truly.
But what was very interesting what you said was that your title was last, because I would, like Miss Tiffany said, you would start off with, because it intrigued me when she said that the first thing was an impressionable title. That for some reason stuck in my head, to whereas, because I write music, I do music, sing, produce, all that good stuff, to whereas, and I always start off with my title. I never really jump into just a song, because that title for me would determine what the song is going to be about. I've only had one or two sparks where I just jumped into a song and said, "Oh snap, I'm stuck. I ain't got a title to this song. I don't even know what the chorus is going to be, because I don't know what to name it. But I just know I got something stuck in my head, and I went with it." So that was interesting. Miss Tiffany said that, but for you to say the opposite,
it's the opposite for me.
Yeah, that's very different. and at the same time very unique. I would say that much too as well. What about you, Mr. Dwayne? What is your
I
thought
actually
process
have.
in these
Mhm.
films?
I have to agree with Kiki actually as well. I start off with I definitely start off with the title like last.
Wait,
um
is this a common thing? I mean, I'm not a director. I gotta ask, is this like, is it a common thing amongst like directors to start off last like that and then
I wouldn't
title?
say I
Or,
wouldn't. I've heard people start off with the title first too. I guess it just depends on the person.
okay,
But yeah, for me, like my visions come at random times. For example, like my first film or my first feature film that I did, it actually was started off as a short film with like two characters, and then it kind of developed with like five characters, and then at some point it went from like 5 minutes to 30 minutes, and then I had the news enterprise come in, and then they came in with their cameras and stuff like that, interviewing us while we was doing interviews already, and they listed it as a feature film in the newspapers. So when I seen that, I was like, oh snap, it's not really a feature film, it's just a short. So I ended up going back on the drawing board and writing more for the script or whatever. And at some point, I didn't really think that I had enough to make it a feature with that short amount of time. So we just went with it and we kept going. And then eventually, like I said, I added more characters in and got up to like about 60 characters, right? Um,
okay,
so I pretty much thought my thinking process goes just on the flow. However it's going, I'm trying to get better with that as well. Like as far as like get grasping that title first, and and then going from there in order. But I tend to go backwards, like I'm dyslexic or something. but
oh, listen, whatever works for you. Okay,
hey, but like you said, whatever works for you, and yeah, like I said, so I could have a random thought. I could be at a grocery store. I could just be thinking of something. And what I usually do is I'll grab my phone and I'll put it in my notes, or maybe I'll like do like a voice record or something like that. I probably still got like 5 different things in here that I haven't seen because I forgot about it. But like Kiki said with the dreaming, like I'll have a dream about something, I'll write that down, and I dream a lot too. So there's a lot going on in this brain right here. So but yeah, that's my thought process really. It comes sporadic, and that's how many, like most of my films has been made really. So
okay, okay.
Miss Phoenix said, I feel like a song will be similar to a short, whereas in Pacific as opposed to an album being compared to a full feature having more complexity. I think album names come later after depending on the full story of what resonates most. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Breaking it down to aspect, T, you're absolutely right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this
Absolutely right.
is a given notes question. When an actor is given a performance that doesn't align with your vision, what is your preferred method for giving an adjustment or note? Do you use technical or emotional language?
Hmm.
Miss Tiffany?
Our producers.
I use emotional.
Can you repeat that, please?
I said, when an actor is given a performance that doesn't align with your vision, what is your preferred method for giving an adjustment or note? Do you use technical or emotional language?
Hmm. Good question.
And somebody like, bro, is she still doing this? Like,
um, I would say that if there is an opportunity where an actor is not performing the best that they could be and not delivering up to my expectations, I think I would have a conversation with that person to see if there's anything that I could do to help out. But if they still don't deliver, because I'm thinking like when you get your script and you have your script for 60, 90 days, 30 days, whatever, I think there's a responsibility and an expectation for that particular actor. And if they don't deliver during the table readings or the Zoom calls, rehearsals, I think at those times is when you need to have those conversations before you go into production. I am a type of person where I believe in giving people opportunities, but if I'm dissatisfied and I know it's not going to meet my expectation, it's not going to add value to my project, then that's when your understudies come in And sometimes as a writer, I'm good about being able to, on the call, write you in and write you out. And I don't have a problem doing that, because if I'm paying you for a job, it's the expectation that you come prepared, you come ready to deliver. And if you can't deliver, we have an issue, but I'm going to take it aside. You know, I think that comes with professionalism, being courteous. And it's just, you know, you're hired to do a job, and you're hired to deliver. So when you see those red flags on your Zoom calls, your rehearsals, I think those things should be addressed at that point. So you don't have to become someone doing filming that is non-professional, if for better terms.
Okay.
Okay.
But if I have to fire you on set, I have no problem doing that.
But and that's not being no. What do you mean by unprofessional? Because having to fire somebody is possibly part of the business. So
well, what I mean is professional. I think there's always a right and a wrong way to handle any type of issue. So you know, at that point, I'm saying you have the expectations. When you see those red flags in the beginning, you go ahead and address those then. But when it comes to filming, if we're having, you know, problems, the professional side would be taking, you know what I'm saying, taking a side away from the cast and handling it behind closed doors. But at the same token, I don't have a problem, you know, tightening up my belt if I have to.
Okay, Mister.
This is entertainment.
I'm gonna always try and be professional and tactful at the same time, with a smile, with a hug. But the expectation is you're getting hired to do a job, and if you can't deliver, then just like myself on anyone else's job, you can easily be replaced. But as a writer, as a director, you can write them in and write them out. And you have to be able to adjust on the fly to get the job done, because it don't get done.
Absolutely.
Okay. What about you, Miss Kiki? Do you love me?
Well, I feel like I use emotional language if we're talking about technical versus emotional. I think that because as actors, I think we're tapping into our emotions mostly. So you know, if they're struggling to tap into the character, I try to pull from their lives. Like, have you ever felt this emotion? Like at what time, when did you ever feel this emotion, right? And so if they can tell me that, then you know, can you tap into that? Because that's what I want you to bring into this character. That could be an example. I want to say this though. I also have found, and maybe this is just for me, I read the whole script. And I'm finding that a lot of actors don't. They just reading their parts. And I think sometimes that's why that's one of the reasons why that can come about, is to where you're kind of off in context because you don't know the full story.
And you know what's funny about that? In the beginning when I started, I didn't read the whole script. I just read my part. And what happened?
That's the same thing with me. Same thing.
I remember when I was on
Read the script.
Day, somebody said, "Did you read it? What do you think about the whole movie?" And I said, I'm supposed to have a thought about this. I mean, this is my first gig. I didn't know anything about it. And when I stepped into it, I was like, yo, look, I'm going to get you a copy of the book. Read it. And when I got that copy, the moment I picked it up, I didn't put it down. Because it's something for me to actually like look into. Once again, I'm an actor. I'm starting this new. I'm fresh. I don't know anything about this. And then when I read the book, I said, oh, okay, it's a better insight on it. Instead of just reading my part in the script, because at the time, you're getting just your part instead of the whole script. And then when I did get the whole script, I didn't read it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be extra guys. I didn't read it, but now I started doing that a lot more. And for every project, I do that because I need to know the beginning, the middle, and the end, and what happens there. Because otherwise, than that, I'm giving you a half-ass job when you expecting a full job.
Right.
Yeah. What about you, D?
Yeah, I agree. I definitely use emotional language. And I mean, even in the contract, like I put in there, you know, if you can't deliver, you know, which it don't say that verbatim, but like pretty much if you can't deliver, you already know for a fact what you're signing up for, that you will be replaced. So,
Mhm.
You put that in the contracts? Hold on.
oh
Let's
yeah,
have a,
That's so
hold
damn
on.
girl. You're like,
yeah,
Wait, you put that in your contracts?
oh yeah.
Oh, go
If
ahead, bro. Okay, that's
the
very. By the way, you guys.
yeah.
promotion.
Yeah, if the part can't be fulfilled, then it's, I mean, I like to get it in writing, let them know like, hey, if you can't fulfill it, then I have to find somebody else. And the contract is over. That's it. Up to my discretion as well too. So,
That's what
Absolutely.
I say. That's what I
and
say.
yeah, and I've had people before where they couldn't really tap in, and I try to I'm really patient though too. I try to have a one-on-one with them. Like I said, I wouldn't, even though I do acting too, I wouldn't say, yeah, I might not be no A-lister or nothing like that. I mean, I like to think so, but but at the same time, I'm really critical with a lot of things and how I want my vision to look. So I want
Mhm.
them to understand that as well, so that way they can get in my head as well, and play that character
Right.
out like it's supposed to be. And if that's a problem, then like I said, there's a million people in this world, billions of people in this world. They'll get their chance with somebody else. It just won't be with me.
Wow.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all.
One
So we
thing
finna
that
get
I try to do with my first cast, because I come from stage plays,
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
I have those small rehearsals where I get with the characters and we do one-on-ones or small group rehearsals, one over the
Okay.
script within its entirety, but also drawing out the emotions prior to. So that way they get the expectation, they get the knowledge of how that character is supposed to be and deliver, how they're supposed to say certain words, and just get them more acclimated to the character and study the character. And if they have not had any experience, go study other movies that may have similarities in those. So I'm kind of big on pouring into and going the extra mile to help develop a person that I feel that can deliver. But after that, if you can't deliver, you just can't deliver. So,
Yeah.
but that's just things that I do coming from stage plays over into the films. And I always make sure that the characters, when they're doing certain roles, I ask them if they're comfortable, if they feel as though they're able to do the role without any issues. And sometimes I do critique. And the way that I write some of my characters, I get to know the individual, previous opportunities. I study other people in other movies and say,
Mhm.
that person will fit my vision from my production. And I've reached out to those certain people for certain projects. Just little things that I do. It's just me.
we finna get on this promo tip. How's promotion important to you and your fan? Some people
Very.
Yeah.
are.
Well, let me break down the
It's not
question a
stated
little
in
bit
your
better.
contracts because some people feel if it's not stated in contracts, it's technically the director's job.
That's what I was about to
Well,
say. So let me break
again,
it down a little bit
go
more.
ahead, Picasso. Okay.
In other words, like this, right? Coming from an actor's point of view, uh, some actors will say things like, "Look, you just paid me to show up. That's it. I don't have to
Mhm.
promote the project because that falls on you producers. I don't have to sit there and do all this." Whereas a lot of producers will say, "Well, if you're a part of the project, when you want to promote it on your own because you want people to see your work." And a lot of people feel like, "Well, that's you guys' job." And I mean,
Oh
people are
shit.
now minded nowadays. Please believe me on this. A lot of people now are minded. When it comes down to the producer job, I know you guys have a lot, but do you guys really like when you get involved with an actor or actress in this business? Are your expectations like, well, when the project is done, I expect you to try to promote this, or do you like whether they promote it or not, the show's still going to go on?
I mean, whether they promote it or not, the show's still going to
Yeah.
go on. But to me, again, I'm gonna go back to what I said earlier. From a business model perspective, it does not make any sense to me that you would spend your time, energy, and attention on something and then not want to invest in it being successful. I don't understand that. I don't understand why you would do that. When I think of that to me, that's like you opening up a store, right? And you never, and I mean, you never, like you open the store up, but you never come in. right?
Right.
You're not selling anything because you don't
Right.
have come to work. Come to the store to sell the products.
Right.
So
Because
like from
a
a
lot of people,
from
I'm
huh?
sorry, a lot of people think like Monique, like
Mhm.
the actress Monique. They think like because of the situation that happened with Oprah and Tyler Perry over the film that they were promoting out there in France. They told her, come out here, come promote it. She said, well, you didn't pay me for promotions. You pay me to do this job. And that's how they had that little fallout with them. To whereas, like,
Right.
that's the realm I'm talking about. And you're right about, listen, why put your energy in this if you're not going to see anything develop and try to promote it to develop? But actors and actresses come up with the one concept, well, you just pay me a day rate. So the rest is on you. That's the
Well,
aspect because
and
I'm
and 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 you bring up now we talking about I want you to come out and we're going to travel, we're going to do this. Now
that's a different story. Yeah, yeah,
we, but you can share stuff and you can talk about it. Like that's the least. I mean, come on.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Tiffany? What you think about promotion? Like, if you see a lead, especially that does not promote
Yeah.
the film, will you rehire them? Because I see a lot of people. I'm not gonna say names. I see a lot of things. People don't think I don't be on this thing all day, but I see a lot of shit.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Some leads because they feel like because they got a celebrity status of followers. We gonna get into that too. They
Mhm.
feel like that. Oh well, my name is. I'm just gonna hypothetically speak. Young Jock, don't kill me. Young Jock. Young Jock is a celebrity, and Young Jock does not promote the film, but you keep hiring him for the same movie over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Is it based off influence or based off work? Like, okay, he is a celebrity. It's gonna follow him. Or the same thing from a beginner-based actor versus a celebrity actor. Do the rules still apply?
Hmm.
Let's see.
Um, I I would hope that if you're investing your time and your energy and putting your face and then you're trying to enhance your career, that you would be one to promote yourself. Even though it's a production and the production may belong to someone else, the world is seeing you in that role as that character. And I would hope that anyone that works with any of my productions would take the liberty to help promote it prior to, during, and afterwards. Have I seen that consecutive? No. Do I hold them accountable for it? No. Does it bother me at times? A little bit, but then again, when it's your project and it's your baby, then you're gonna do whatever it is that you need to do the best that you can, that you're knowledgeable of, to make sure your production continues to show face. Um, do I pay attention? I am watching. I do pay attention. I see who shares and reshares, who make their own individual posts, who takes the time to go out their way. Would I work with them people again? Of course, because they have delivered for me. For my, like I said, I've only done one film, and we're going into part two. However, I've been blessed to have some great actors and actresses for my first film. And everyone that was in my first film, they're all returning. So I would hope that moving forward it would get better. But I'm learning the emotional side of things, the marketing side of things. So I'm new, but I have to learn. I'm just out here doing the best I can, and people have been successful with the film.
You're not new.
But
You're just transgressing into bigger things. Stop saying transgressing to bigger things. So
Right.
so yeah.
Yeah, change your language. Change your language. Yeah.
it's just this promo situation. It's very deep. Like
Yeah.
for me, for instance, everybody be like, "How you be getting the millions? You be able to be on social media?" I do, but I don't. My those reels articulate the algorithm keep on flowing and keep on. Like, say for instance, me, I do print shop situation. Like I do the event coordinating, I do the t-shirts, I'm acting, the producing now, the directing, stuff of that nature. Your algorithm keep on flowing. And it's different types of promoted, as of like Miss Tiffany was doing with The Price of Love. I see she did her billboard for the first movie. It keep articulating with different promos, because some people may not be on social media. Some people may be word of mouth. Do y'all prefer word of mouth, or do y'all prefer social media? There's another question.
Both.
I say
hold
both.
up.
I think both.
I want to hear from D real quick about when it comes down to the promotions with the A-list or B-list or whatever, as opposed to everything else, because you never got a chance to answer that question.
I mean, I really agree with what Tiffany said. And I mean, I think it's crucial, for them to want to, promote the film and stuff like that, or promote whatever character that they're playing. I feel like it's kind of weird too for you to be on a project and not wanting to promote it. It's kind of like, what's the point of doing something and sharing that passion with someone, or doing that type of job and not wanting to show your work for it? That's like somebody playing, on an NBA team, and they go there just for the practice. It's like, what's the point of even being on the team if you're not gonna celebrate the victories, or want people to come see you play or whatever? So, and to answer the other question, like, would I have them back? I mean, I would, but like I said, I feel like it's kind of weird for them to like not. So I want to like know, like, what's their thought process with that? Like, is that just something that like that they just, I don't know, that they just do, or is it, I would want to know like why. But I haven't really had that before. I've had people that maybe they couldn't really deliver as much, so they didn't want to promote. And I've had people that delivered a lot and then they promoted more. So you get some people that are not really like confident, I guess, because sometimes I will, go down the road and get other people that's not as experienced, just to bring them on a different platform, or a platform in general, because if they go somewhere else, they're not going to get hired for that job, or they're not going to get, put on that platform at all, because they might not be ready yet. So I try to open that, that lane for people that's never even been in a film, or that's, just starting off, or it's aspiring actors or whatever, to have that opportunity. And don't get me wrong, it does, it broadcasts, it's like my, it's all about me with my film, like showing like my work and stuff like that. So I don't want them to like go out there looking crazy. But so, like I said, just I've never really encountered someone just like not wanting to promote, but I think that people are out there that's like that. So I don't know.
And you know what? I want to thank you guys too, by the way,
Yeah.
for coming on, giving us your time, because a lot of times actors and actresses don't know how you guys feel. Like Miss Tiffany said, if the ambassador, they don't do it, it hurts a little bit, bothers me a little bit, to whereas they don't know how you guys really feel, because a lot of times they feel like you're behind that camera and you built this world around yourself. So therefore, they're on the outside, and the whereas they don't understand you guys got feelings. You guys actually have things that go on in everyday life, to whereas you guys are actually focused on the bigger picture. And being that you guys are focused on the bigger picture, these people need to hear this, because I mean, sometimes I'd be like, it's tough for you guys to stay in the character to get things done, because you guys have to become the role that you set out. If I'm a director, I'm here to direct. I don't have time to get caught up in a lot of nonsense. Don't have the time to worry about what's going on at home. Don't have time to worry about what's going on outside of this place, because this is where I'm supposed to be at. And so I'm glad that you guys are sharing that with us. Go ahead, D.
Oh, that's pretty much it, really. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Miss Tiffany Hawkins, Miss Tiffany just came in. How do you feel about promoting when it comes to a celebrity status versus beginner actor? Do the rules still apply, or you expect more from the celebrity that with the millions of followers or whatever the case may be?
I would say I have a couple actor celebrities in my film, The Player's House, which I'm going to be done filming in March. But I would say everyone has been marketing overall. Everybody, the newer actors, the celebrity everyone's been pretty much marketing it. Some people aren't on social media like that, and then some people they're not really familiar with promoting and all that. So I just say they all been wanting to do it. And what I'm noticing is with the actors, the more I show them love, the more I be a woman of my word and make sure that me and the couple people I have on production give them that star-studded experience. The more I work on with, the more I do that, I don't have to worry about that aspect of, okay, they not sharing, they not promoting and stuff. How were they treated? How did I make them feel? So if I know I'm doing my job, I don't have to worry about anything. As like I said, they usually always share stuff 24/7 to the point where it's been days where I haven't shared nothing and they're all constantly posting and sharing because they know that they're the stars of the show. I know I'm a star. They know they're a star. So that's how it
Right.
goes. But you do have some that will never ever share or promote, but they'll promote other people's stuff. It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't really worry about stuff like that.
Will
Yeah, I
you
don't.
hire them again? That's the question. If you see this
Would you hire them?
actor that you will speak highly of and they're not promoting, will you hire them again?
Yeah, I would just talk to them about it.
Okay, that's different. Okay.
So we got a conflicting style question. Have you ever worked with an actor whose preparation method acting clash with your process? How did you navigate that to get to the performance you needed, Miss Tiffany G?
I haven't ran into that issue. However, they prepare themselves for the delivery. It's totally up to them. I haven't had the issue. Whatever works for them, as long as it works and they deliver and it meets my expectations, knock yourself out.
Okay.
Exactly.
Tiffany G,
just show up and show out, and we good.
I know that's right.
Okay, Miss Kiki, we can go to you. How you feel about that question?
Well, I feel like what Tiffany said. I haven't had that issue, but I wouldn't care if you needed to stand in the corner and bark like a dog, as long as you whatever it takes for you to get to deliver the character to do that. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it takes.
Oh my God. Okay.
That wouldn't bother me. Like I'm not, that's I don't know. I don't see why anyone would have an issue with, you know.
Miss Tiffany Hawkins, let's show.
Wow.
She said people are talking to
Good answer.
But okay, I got you. Oh, oh wow.
Do you? Shoot.
Yeah, do what you must do. Just show up and show out.
Right.
Exactly.
Why you feel Miss Tiffany Hawkins on that question?
I think I also was in what's the name of that film? Remorseful Sins, if that's by Tiffany Graham. But I would say I agree with that as far as I let them run the like connect with the character as long as they're not changing the way that it should be portrayed in the film. I let people do improv. When actors work with me, they usually get their scenes done on the first or the second or third take. And if it's 3 takes, that's because there wasn't like 3 or 4 or 5 cameras that day. But everyone gets it like the first couple times they do it and they're comfortable and stuff. So I'm with that. I let them do improv. I let them do all that. I want them to have fun. I want to be known for giving my actors that Hollywood experience, taking them to different locations, all kind of spaces, different spaces every other time we film, giving them that experience, doing free photo shoots for them, just doing a lot of things to promote them, other things too. I want them to know that they're a star and that they can really do it. That's why I work with so many different actors too.
Okay.
I
What's
love that.
Mr. D? What you think? What's the thing?
Hey, repeat that one more time.
Oh, let me go back. Have you ever worked with an actor whose preparation method acting clash with your process? How do you navigate that to get to the performance you needed?
Oh, okay, yeah, I agree with what I guess pretty much everybody else said. Just kind of like letting them do their thing. Now there's been times where I've had people that I don't even know if I should be saying this right now. I mean, I've had people that had to go about it a different way. And sometimes, you know, like sometimes I have people that want to like change how like the character is. So having to, you know,
Yeah, none of the
deal with that, it's kind of, you know, I don't want to say it's difficult because you know, you got to stand your ground with that because that's your work, you know. And I think that's the thing from being on both sides, with the acting side and filming side and directing side, is that, you know, the person that wrote this film, directing this, that's going, you know, that's delivering this whole project, it's like this their vision, you know. And I've had
Right.
people that, you know, they forget about that. They forget that this is their vision and their job is to act. That's it. You know. Now don't get me wrong, ideas is fine. You can have ideas all day. But when you try to become the director too, you know,
that
Who
part.
forget that too?
That part.
then,
You think
then
you have ideas all day? Yeah.
yeah, then that becomes, you know, a bit of a clash. So I think
Right.
like learning how to handle those situations, because you know, starting off, you know, in the beginning I didn't know how. I ain't gonna lie, it was like, what you hold up, who you think you is, you know what I'm saying? But as I, you know, kept learning, you have to learn how to talk to people and understand that, you know, that's just them being interested too at the same time. So um yeah, like I said, I still give a lot of leeway of them, you know, letting them do their thing and getting and, you know, tapping into their whatever they need to do. Like Kiki said, they need to bark, whatever, do a
I'm
jump,
just
high
saying it
five.
like a fucking dog. Oh
Yeah,
my
bark like a dog.
god!
Yeah, you know, meow, whatever. I don't care.
Wow.
As long as they get that part down, we good. So
Okay, we can get to this trust question. How do you establish a level of trust and psychological safety with an actor that allows them to take genuine creative risks? Tiffany
Mm.
Hawkins.
You said, repeat that, honey.
I said, how do you establish a level of trust and psychological safety with an actor that allows them to take genuine creative risks?
Um, well, first, before I give someone a role, I ask them like, what are they comfortable with doing, and what type of roles do they like playing, and then I just go from there. I let them know like it's not just throwing them in the film. Like if I feel like they're not really sure, I'll prep them or what needs to be done. I have a whole process with working with me. It's not just like I said, okay, show up this day. Like no, there's paperwork, rules, all kind of things. So I just make sure they're comfortable with the role. And I've had times where a couple people have let me know that it's too much like on them, or they can't handle being recorded, things like that mentally, like with people. And I'm at the point now where I'm just going to make a YouTube video, put it on my YouTube channel of how I flow and what I'm doing and how we go about this process. That way I'm not, for all these years I'm doing is repeating myself like a broken record over and over and over and over again. Bottom line is I just want to work with people that are ready. If a role got to be adjusted, that's fine. But I just want to work with people that are peaceful and that are ready and that respect what I'm offering, because I'm not going in a hole for nobody.
Thanks.
Okay.
Clock it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Kiki.
What?
How do you establish a level of trust and psychological safety with an actor that allows them to take genuine creative risks?
I that's a I kind of do what, Tiffany does. I have conversations with them about how comfortable they feel, having conversations about, what I'm expecting from the character, but, how they envision the character as well. Those types of conversations. But ultimately, at the time of casting, when they accept the role, that's when we start having those conversations. So by the time it comes to performance, um you know for the most part, and again, this is my, I've been on other projects, but this is my first project, and so I haven't had a whole lot of where I had to do a lot of that type of talk. But the few instances where I did, that's what I did.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens, as I go forth.
Okay. Dwayne.
I'll piggyback on that. I agree, like having that conversation and just like picking their brain and, seeing what I guess, flows better with their, which you can't really say personality because I mean this is all acting. You mean you have to become a different person anyway, and that's one thing
Right.
that I have to reiterate to some people too. Like, let's say I have somebody that's doing, a character, and they say to me, "Well, that's not what I would do," and I'm like, "Well, you're not that person." You see what I'm saying? Uh,
Exactly.
so they have to understand that, and I think that working with people that, like I said, I have a lot of people usually sometimes that are starting off. Like I said, I like to give that platform to some people, and I'm starting to slowly go away from that now, but just because of all the experience that I've had with that. Now don't get me wrong, I have some people that's been in films. This guy that was on the movie Obsessed with Beyonce and Idris Elba. I've had a few people that uh, big people that's been in my films. It's just when you working with other people, I don't really have as much issues with the people that's more experienced at all. It's like they know what they got to do. They come and
Yeah.
do the job, and that's it. It's just it's the job is done. No small talk. It's just straight business. And then, like I said, when you're dealing with new people, that's where I think I get more of the issues as far as like seeing how somebody might take this more serious or if they just want to play around with it, waste of time. So you got to filter through all of that, and that's a whole another process as well. Because then, let's say that person has other connections with other people that that are pretty good, and it kind of like it destroys that as well, that relationship. And it destroys their relationship too if you're having people that you've been, that's in your film that. So when I do auditions too, I don't do like I don't just pick people just because I like them. I don't pick people just because, whatever. I try to make sure that they can, fit that role. And if they audition, they audition. Now sometimes I've had it where I've had people that, I had to get on the fly and I'm like, hey, I know so and so would like, she would kill this part or whatever would kill this part. But yeah, building that trust is hard, but they at the end of the day, they have to be able to just fulfill that role. And that's my main goal is, working together and making sure that the project gets finished and that it's great. And no time is being wasted. So, because I mean, I've wasted a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of, investing. And at the point in my life right now, it's like, I'm glad I went through that. So that way I can, learn from those experiences. But now it's just only up from here. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
Tiffany G, what's your response regarding that?
Um, what has worked for me so far is that when I know that I have a character and there are scenes that be uncomfortable, what the nature of it may be, I have conversations with actors prior to them accepting the roles. And I ask, what are your limitations? How do you feel in this scene? This is what's going to take place. How far are you able to go? I do try and take into accountability personal situations where if there's a sexual scene, if someone is married, how much are they willing to explore the opportunities to fill those roles that may put them in a limelight that may not, they may go against what they're used to, accustomed to. And then sometimes I do make adjustments. If I know that person's going to deliver the whole entire script, but that's one little instance where they feel as though they can only go so far or they can only reveal so much. We may make adjustments to a wardrobe or do, just go so far. So I do take into accountability if they're single, if they're married, they got kids, because the kids might see the film later on in life, if they have a preference, are willing to explore. But at the end of the day, the job, at the end of the day, it's a vision that I have, but I have had those conversations. I have made adjustments, and the film still continued to do what it's done. With the part two, once again, I had those conversations prior to the actors taking the role. This is what this scene is about. This is what I want in this scene. Are you comfortable? And also when it comes to psychological logical because my first film was based upon domestic violence. And for some people who were in my film that may have been survivors, I didn't want to put them in a position where it may trigger emotions, trigger things that may have happened in the past. So I just try to have those open conversations, adult conversations, and see where we are and how we can still work together cohesively. And if it's a situation where they can't, then I just move on to the next person.
Okay.
Interesting.
But
By
you
the
also
way,
have stand-ins too. You also have stand-ins. So if it gets to a sexual part and they're not comfortable, I may put somebody else in that instance where you can't really tell it's not the same actor in the script, but still performing the act per se, with the audience won't be able to tell the difference. So just a lot of things to take into consideration.
We got some comments in the chat real quick. I want to run through them real quick. I got Maisha says, promote any project that you're in for at least 6 to 12 months and stay variable.
What did she say?
Basically, what she did say was, let me go back real quick. I'm sorry about that. She said, promote any project that you are in for at least 6 to 12 months and stay very humble. So in other words, I mean, that goes for the promotion part. And Miss Latoya said, appreciate that, Miss Graham. So I mean, that I listen. I'm sitting back taking notes on all you guys. You guys have very good energy. When I say very good energy, the whole time since you guys been on the platform, I'm listening, I'm learning, and I'm seeing how. And I mean, whatever you guys got going on is real because you can feel it generating off of the screen through your conversation, and you're giving us a piece of who you are. So thank you so much for that.
Okay.
Thank you.
A creative conflict question. Yeah. Describe a time you had a significant creative disagreement with a producer or a financer. How did you advocate for your artistic choice while respecting their financial commercial perspective?
Well, I was the financer and the producer, so.
I agree with that. Yep.
King, Lord Jesus, Lord God.
I agree with that one. Yep.
Okay. Tiffany, how you feel?
Tiffany G?
Yes, because I don't know where Miss Tiffany Hawkins went, and she probably in and out. We gonna get her together.
Maybe it's all me. I don't have those issues. I don't have a significant other to discuss my finances. I make my own calls. I run my own show so far.
Period.
What about you, D?
Same. I produce. Yeah, I produce everything I've made. So yeah.
Okay. Budgeting decisions. When budget or time forces a cut, how you decide which scenes or shots to sacrifice while protecting the integrity of your story?
Kiki. Say that one more time.
It would be
when budget or time forces a cut. How do you decide which scenes or shots to sacrifice while protecting the integrity of the story?
I mean, that was the whole, like Tiffany said, if you're a writer, you can finesse things and do what you need to do to move things around or rewrite the scene if need be, so that it flows with what you're, and still bringing the story forth that you're trying to bring. Because I did have to do that at times, but you just make sure whatever you're cutting, it doesn't completely shift the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
D, what you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. Being a writer too, those images pop right in my head right away. So it's just okay, you know what? All right, bet we're gonna just change it here. Sometimes even on set, I'll change some stuff up right then and there, and it's totally different from the script. So so yeah, that's never an issue really.
Okay. Miss Tiffy?
Hey. Sometimes the best work gets done under pressure when you're in the fire. So with my first film, there were opportunities where I had to shoot extra scenes, throw some stuff in there, take some stuff out.
Okay.
But it also, when you have a good editor who's patient, who's understanding, that can sit back and say, and give you recommendations when they see something that you may not see, or they have an idea that may work in lieu of what your original intent was. Being able to make those adjustments, when you are creative, you can write things and make things out, but also your production team, you have people that understands your vision, knows the script, and knows what you're trying to convey. When you have to make those cuts, you can make those cuts in those format where it doesn't lose the context of the script and it still makes sense, it still flows. And when you have to add those extra scenes, they're willing to come back, we film, do some shots. So like I say, I had a great cast. I had a great production team. My cinematographer was good about making those recommendations and coming up if my brain went fog for a split second, I depended on my production team. Y'all come help me. So once again, I've been blessed and it's been fun for me. But I love operating under pressure. That's when my best work get done.
Has it ever come upon a time where you just wanted to throw in the towel? It just became too much. Never?
Not for me.
Okay. What about you, Miss T?
Yeah. When I was doing this movie that I did, The Price of Love, was actually a stage play, and I went through so many hurdles prior to with the stage play that I almost did not even do it. But I made it my model to learn more about crossing over into the film. So when I began filming, was there ever a time? Heck no. I done spent too much time and money. Like, it's me against me. You tell me what I can't do, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Quitting for me is not an option. 35 years, like quitting for me is not an option.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think I ever had a time where I just wanted to give up. Now we talking about like as far as the storyline. I might have changed some things throughout the filming, but as far as like giving up in general on like the specific, as far as like giving up on a specific project, no, I haven't ever done that. So
okay. What about you, Miss? It just came back in.
Also, because I showed like, wait a minute, who is there right there? I didn't think about it. Dawned on me. Sorry, Miss Tiffany.
Oh, so you're asking about like quitting as far as overall or as far as certain project?
Well, either or. Has it ever come upon a time in this industry where you just want to throw in the towel, whether it be in a project or even saying I'm willing to walk away from this altogether?
Nope, not at all. For me, not to be too religious, but I pray a lot. I do like ministry stuff outside of like doing acting, and I love acting. I've acted in over 40 films. As far as producing, I'm on number 7 as far as my own. So I just say I'm gonna keep doing it. When I have kids one day, I'm gonna turn everything over to my kids. I don't plan on going anywhere, and no weapon formed against me shall prosper. I always plead the blood.
Amen.
I'm gonna keep filming. I'm gonna keep casting, keep releasing by the grace of God. And if I ever run into a hurdle, I just plead the blood and always keep moving forward, because the goal is to create. And how are you going to get to make that history, that Black history, or even white history, whatever race you are? How are you going to get to that level of, wow, look at me, look at Joan Crawford, look at Michael Jackson, look at all the entertainers that passed years ago that we watch all their clips and stuff because they didn't quit. If you don't have the right team or the right people, don't even worry about it. Move on to the next. Get it done and move on to the next. You don't gotta beg or kiss nobody, but keep it pushing.
Okay.
Right.
Miss Phoenix asked Miss Graham. Miss Graham, do you work with Toot? Miss Tiffany.
You say what now?
Someone in the comments said, hey, Miss Graham, do you work with Toot? T-O-O-T.
T-O-O-T.
Yeah, it's work with Toot. I don't know. Scorpio, what you talking about?
If they're asking me if I worked with a person named Toot,
I think that's could be
And
the
I
yeah.
have worked with a I have
Okay.
worked with a person in my stage plays that has the Facebook name as Toot or nickname Toot, if that's the question.
Okay. Oh,
Yes.
she said yes.
Yes.
She said yes. Okay. Okay.
She does
That's
stage plays. Okay.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. We're doing a maintain a cohesion question. With hundreds of people on a major set, how do you communicate your initial vision to ensure every department is pulling the same direction? Tiffany Hawkins.
I would say, as far as the direction side of things, right?
Mhm.
Okay, what I'll do is of course pray, but I'll be on a microphone. Like if I have a day where it's a whole room full of cast and it's a lot of people at once, then I'll just use a microphone
Okay.
in a
Okay.
meeting.
My anybody back there with
Tiffany. Kiki.
And say, what's the question again?
This is a maintain a cohesion question. With hundreds of people on a major set, how do you communicate your initial vision to ensure every department is pulling the same direction?
Well, first of all, I ain't never had 100 people on the set. I ain't there yet. But
Well, your level of your people
but
on set that you were able
but
to handle that.
yes, but I always start off everything with prayer. Just like Miss Tiffany said, I start off everything with prayer. So once I start praying, every tension is already on me. So
Right.
we're starting the day off that way. We start the day off aligned right there, and so we move forward from there. And then I give the instruction. I've never had to, in between though. I had we had the walkie talkies on my set, so I could very easily, and I kept it was between me, production manager, and my first AD. So between us, they're my right, my right and my left. So we
Okay,
kept it together like that.
okay. Mr. D, how you feel about that question?
Yeah, I mean, I try to host meetings or make sure that communication is clear. Like I said, just keeping it simple, making sure that we staying connected. That's all really. You have to. Communication is like the
The
biggest
biggies.
thing in this industry. Oh my gosh, like if you don't have
We
that,
ain't no
then
communication. We got nothing.
yeah, if you don't have that, then it just becomes a disaster. So um,
Right.
I let it be known and very clear too, and make it to where they understand what's going on, because you can tell some information to somebody and they don't really get it. So just being transparent and let them know, like like I said, you come to do a job, we all gonna make it. So let's get to it. So
Okay. Miss TG, Miss Tiffany Graham. With hundreds of people on a major set, how do you communicate your initial vision to ensure every department is pulling the same direction on your set?
me? For me, that initial conversation happens when I do the cast introduction, the production team introductions. I set a clear expectations of what I expect from each and every person, as it pertains to their role or responsibility. And prior to filming, um, I just want and have had on my set where everybody is have a mutual respect for each other and we just treat everybody like family. So there to me, I don't get into titles of who have more experience or who has done more films. For me, we're all the same, from the person who may clean up to the person who has 35 films on their belt. We're all the same. Um, and just being able to communicate and talk like adults with respect for each other.
Okay.
Respect.
That's it. Simple.
That
Okay.
part.
We're gonna do
Respect
the
is
unexpected
important.
question. Tell us, tell us about the most challenging unforeseen obstacle, weather, mechanical failure, actor illness you faced in a shoot, and quick thinking decision you made to save the day. Yeah, I feel like that. Harvey.
Who's
Okay, let me do it again.
who you talking to?
Tell us about the most challenging unforeseen obstacle, weather, mechanical failure, actor illness have you faced on a shoot, and the quick thinking decision you made to save the day. Anything that's trying
Well,
to interfere in your shoot, just period.
Well, I think I brought this up last time I was on, but what the very first thing that happened on Minds is that the one of the locations, which also was where the actors were going to stay, so it was an Airbnb,
Mhm.
and it was canceled.
What?
So like just the day, like I'm talking about, I have actors coming from out of town, South Carolina, Chicago, like we're coming from out of town. They're expected to stay there, right? I'm heading over there with the cast in my vehicle, some of them. And I'm like, because I hadn't heard from the host. And so I'm contacting this person and she's like, you don't have a reservation. I'm like, yes, I do. She's like, no, you don't. I'm like, yes, I do. We were kind of going back and forth like that. But long story short, I ended up having, because so this was the day before filming was supposed to start.
What?
So I'm on the phone trying to take care of these people that now I have to bring back to my home until I can figure this out. So I'm on the phone with, trying to figure this out with Airbnb and, so I had to call. So what ended up happening, we found somewhere for everybody to stay for the night. We all went to the first filming location because thank God that wasn't the first filming location. So
Right.
it wasn't the first filming location, but we all went to the first filming location. And during that time, I was able to, figure out another location, but the location wasn't available to the next day still.
Oh,
So for
wow.
2 days everybody was misplaced basically, but we made it work and nobody complained. Like we just worked it out. But yeah. And
Okay.
I just happened to have a realtor on my team as one of my actors too though. So he helped out a lot too.
Oh, well,
But yeah.
yes,
So that's what
yes.
God,
Like,
God be just,
I would rather be sleeping on the floor.
look.
Walmart, damn it. Okay, so we're gonna do a key collaborators question. Beyond the actors, which departmental head of your most crucial partner, DP, production designer, editor, and how do you ensure your visions are perfectly aligned?
You said which one is more important?
Yes. Beyond the
Wait,
actors.
say the whole thing again.
Beyond the actors, which department head is the most crucial partner? DP, production designer, editor, and how do you ensure your visions are perfectly aligned with each other?
I think they're all pretty much important, really. Every aspect of the positions plays a crucial role, and having each individual or whoever is playing what position, make sure that, like I said, communicating, because if everybody's not on the same page, then you got two different visions going on, and it just becomes a disaster. So I think they all play a crucial role in the whole aspect. So
Okay. Kiki.
Okay.
I mean, I agree with Dwayne. It's a system. So if one's not operating correctly, it's gonna, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna mess things up anyway. And the only different, like if you have a DP that's also doing editing and these other roles, which often happen, especially in indie, but they're all important. Like every single role that you mentioned has to happen. Like so they're
Some
all
people like to
important.
work above the yard, so that's why I asked that question. Okay,
Mm.
Miss Tiffany Hawkins.
I would say every role is important, and then like the other young man said too, making sure like nothing is changed and stuff like that. That's very, very, very important. As far as like the vision of the project. So if whoever I have editing, what I'll do is I'll typically sit through the editing process if I can, even if it's over FaceTime, or I'll have a like a shot list. Like I don't work off my script. I'll study my script for weeks, months in. I'll make a shot list of how many scenes I have, how it's supposed to go, and then of course on the fly I'll make changes right when I film. Sometimes that's just what it is. Like I said, as long as and I'm always open to hearing other people's opinions, just not heavily on set. Like I don't need all the chaos. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We got an adaptation question. Well, worker from
Hold on
existing.
before we go any further, D. We got
Oh,
6 more minutes left in the broadcast.
okay.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna do this last question. When working from existing material, a book, a play, or a true story, what is the most important element you feel obligated to preserve, and what are you most willing to sacrifice? Kiki.
Well, I'm not. I didn't do like a book to film or anything like that for my project. So, um,
Okay.
yeah, I don't have a perspective on that at this time. Tiffany, I'm sure does.
Miss Tiffany Hawkins.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would say, ask me the question one more time.
I said, when working from existing material, a book, a play, or a true story, what is the most important element you feel obligated to preserve, and what are you most willing to sacrifice?
I would say just with that, having the right cast, like depending if it's something I know I've already had for a while that I want to see brought to life in a certain kind of way, then I will have so many casting calls constantly. Like, to me, the cast that you pick for your films, that determines the overall part of the quality of your film. Because if you have a great story plot and a great script and a great film, and you go and put people in it that don't even try to make an effort, how is that film going to get distribution? How is it going to be put on any platforms? How is it going to really be about something if you don't pick the right cast? So I would say that's the main thing for me, just picking the right cast for it, and making sure that the way I had it written, I don't mind doing changes, but that I see that quality being brought out, that needs to be brought out when it's being filmed.
Okay.
But doesn't that go without saying for any of your projects, not just for like an adaptation from something that's a true story? Or I mean, that should be for any project, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What
What
about
about
you?
Yeah.
Kiki?
Hey, repeat that one more time. You said, what do you
I said, when working from existing material, a book, a play,
oh
or a
yeah.
true story, what is the most important element you feel obligated to preserve, and what are you most willing to sacrifice?
Yeah, I mean, most of my stuff has been, hasn't been from any like books or stories or anything. It's pretty much everything that I've made up.
me too.
Oh, this
fresh?
is a key question when you get done. Oh, yeah, that's how I had to slip my mind. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Go
no,
ahead.
that means so really, now I think once, well, I don't know. I never really looked into like some of the stuff that I've like written or wrote, if it was like, if it happened or if it actually happened or anything like that. I will say that this movie that I'm currently about to start production soon, I feel like it's kind of different, and there might be some cases of a true story that's happened with this. I'm still digging into that research from that.
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, everything else has just been, whatever came out of my brain. So
This is the golden question of this whole situation. How do y'all feel about AI versus real storytelling?
oh wow.
Real storytelling for me.
Yeah.
Because I be
Yeah.
seeing a lot. Because I'm not saying anything. I be seeing a lot of directors be contradicting other people's films versus, oh, they use AI versus real
Now,
storytelling.
do you guys feel like using AI is a cheat code?
I think that I don't feel threatened by AI. So I mean, I feel like I think it's just another lane to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
What?
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Well, when you say another lane, what about using AI for promotions instead of like? Do you feel like that in every aspect or just the writing aspect?
I think about that. I feel like that in every aspect. For me, because I feel like there's an audience for different. I personally can tell when you're using AI versus something that's authentic. And so for me, I don't want to. To me, I don't. That's not appealing to me.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but some other people they might like that, right?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Miss Tiffany G? Are you still there? She may be off. All right. Let's try Miss Tiffany H.
So you're saying, do I feel, do I have an issue with people that use AI
Yeah.
basically?
Basically, so just overall, just period.
I say I think it's very creative, honestly. I say both methods, traditional and AI. That's just the world we're in. That's so advanced and so unique, and it's just going to keep growing to the point where one day when we're real old, we may be on set and see all kind of different robots and different things as characters and different stuff. But that's just what it is. Some people are really skilled with computers, graphic design, tech, media, all that stuff, to the point where I'm pretty sure they're really excited about it. So I can only imagine. So I would love to tap into it. I'm traditional, but my husband, he kind of uses AI for certain things too. He's a computer person as well. So I'm with either or. I'm down for both.
Okay, what about you, D?
I say I do like the realistic part or aspect of everything. And I think what like Tiffany Hawkins said, I guess going down the line, at some point, as times change, stuff, you have to get, with, in the stay in the loop or whatever. But I still feel like as far as AI goes, maybe like promoting might be a thing, but as far as like real actors, I feel like that's always going to win my vote. It's just seeing, real people just have that emotion. Because like if I see a movie and it's AI, and let's say it's the most realistic AI ever, right? But once I find out that it's not a real person, it's going to throw my whole mind frame off from the movie. You know what I'm
How do
saying?
you detect? Because Miss Kiki said she'll know if it's AI. How do you detect from AI for real? Like,
I don't know.
spots like, I know this is fucking AI. Like,
it's the way that it's their tone, it's the way that they're moving. Like, I don't know. You can tell that it's AI. They usually have pretty much the tones are kind of like they're not that they're the same. I don't know how to. I mean, they're the same.
It's not emotional.
Yeah.
Like like it's always at a steady rhythm. It's
Yeah.
never filled with excitement, anxiousness, because in a real person you can hear that. In AI, it's at a steady flow because it goes for the algorithm. But before we go any further, people, I'm not gonna cut this short, but
we're basically wrap for season 5 of Acting Industry Talk and Directors Industry Talk.
Yeah, so before we leave out real quick, this is what we normally do. We're gonna go around the room. I want you guys to once again introduce yourself again. Tell them where they can find you at, what projects you may have going on and coming out, please. Let's try first. Let's do ladies first. Miss Hawkins.
Okay. First, thank y'all for the opportunity. I love networking with y'all. Hopefully, I can work with y'all. I'm a team player, but you can find me on social media, Tiffany Hawkins with 4 S's, or Hollywood Hawkins Productions. Like I said, I love acting, and then for my own projects, I'm still casting. I'm casting for the Players House still. We finished that next month. I'm casting. We drop It's a Double Date next month. I'm casting for this short film called The Shot Girl. I'm casting just for a lot of different films. I don't like talking too much. I'm casting, filming, and I'm ready to meet new talent, preferably local. But in about 6-7 months, I'll definitely be ready for out of town talent. Or I'm going to come back to Atlanta anyway to film. So yeah, I'm casting and I'm ready to meet new talent. I'm excited. I love to treat my actors like stars, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. So hit me up as long as you're ready.
Out to you,
Tiffany, where are you at again? Because you said you're going to be coming back to Atlanta. Where you at?
I'm in
You in Detroit, right?
Michigan.
Michigan. Okay.
Yeah.
Miss Lowery.
So I'm Kiki Lowery. I'm actress, director, producer, writer, all the things, multifaceted. Also licensed counselor, can't leave that out. And I just recently wrapped my first feature film. It's called My Girlfriend's Husband, so that will be dropping soon. And I am in the process of casting for my series. It's called Generational Curses.
Okay. And where can they find you at?
On Facebook, it's Kiki Lowery, and on IG, TikTok, on everything else is I am _ Kiki Lowery.
Okay, where you looking?
An initial announcement.
And I'm in Atlanta.
Miss Lowery, we gonna do an initial announcement soon.
Yes.
I gotta let the girls go, and then D, I'm gonna save you for last. D, Miss Graham. Please let them know who you are again, what do you do, and where they can find you at, and your location. I'm sorry.
Okay, I am Tiffany Graham. I am on Facebook, Tiffany Graham. I am on IG, only Tiffany G. I am based out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. I am a writer, director, producer, well, executive producer. And my current feature film, my first feature film is currently on Tubi, is The Price of Love. We're in pre-production for The Price of Love 2, Full Circle. And I'm wrapping up casting for my third feature film, which is titled Trap Queens.
Okay.
And then and then we're going over into War Ready and also Affairs as well as Man Cry 2.
Okay. Brother D, last but not
All
least.
right, all right, all right. Last but not least, yeah, my name is Dwayne Abernathy. You can find me on Facebook by that name. Instagram is.
Specifically, so hold on. Okay, go back.
There we go.
Go ahead, D. Say it again.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
trying to.
so,
Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at Fitographer22 is FIT_Photographer22. I've been in a film called Rules of Love. It's a feature film. Also Last Application 2025. Now that's a feature film that I wrote and filmed and directed. And I've done film Behind Closed Doors. I've done Don't Close Your Eyes. And I've also done the Breaking Point. And I'm working on my new film right now. Stay on the lookout for that. It's called Captured Deception. So that will be coming out here hopefully about around October. We'll be in production probably about March or April. So yeah.
Everybody know Tracy Smith, Diamond Arillas, aka Type Thing. I've been in several movies: Gangsta's Daughter 3, The Where Queens Meet, The Housekeeper 2, Now and Never, All Queens Men, Path to Redemption, Never Too Much, Her Best Revenge. We will be filming my film next month to go to retirement. I will be filming The Price of Love in April too. The Full Circle with Miss Tiffany G and Miss Kiki. She will say her announcement very soon. Generational Curses. Stop playing. And we also have other films that's coming out with me is Domestic Violence and the Unborn Jealousy. When I say this is going to be good.
Okay.
During Christmas movie, sure, I'm trying to get to that. So yeah. But overall, I appreciate everyone that been on this podcast for this season 5 for this whole entire thing. Like when I say I have interviewed a lot of actors, actresses, and directors, cinematographers, stuff of that nature. We everything in order. I like putting people in the highlights of the situation.
Exactly.
Support, because at the end of the day, I feel like the film community should be supporting each other. It's just everybody have their own vendetta. Oh, I'm better than her. Oh, I'm a better writer than her. And it should be like that.
Exactly.
That's true. That's
They're
true.
not above nobody. So
There's room for both of us. Yeah.
We got to end the show out real quick. Last but not least, my name is Dennis Picasso Cruz. You can find me at Dennis Picasso Cruz on Facebook, at Instagram, _community_records. I'm in 2 new releases on Tubi, which are featured and recommended, which is Bishop Bling and Playing in My Face. I'm also in The Whore Next Door, various other movies. This is a great season that we are wrapping up. We want to thank everybody who have joined us in the comments. Thank you for everybody in the comments who chimed in with us tonight. As of every show, we want to thank all our guests that came through. We appreciate you for giving us your time, for sharing with us what was going on in your life and what you have coming up. We love you guys for that. Thank you so much. And as you heard me in the background, because I thought I put my phone on mute, I was trying to keep up the music. But this is our final show. We want to say thank you guys. We appreciate you guys. There's only one way to end this out. We on fire no matter where we go. So we want to say we love you guys. Good night. And we fail.
And we back to the regular program next Saturday at 10 p.m. Prepare to be tainted and prepare to laugh with cry. So we on your ass.
I know what
Nice
it
meeting
is.
y'all too. Nice meeting y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night, y'all.
Good night.
Next season.